Oh, it's like 3:30 in the morning. I crashed on my mom's couch, passed out. I'm still exhausted. Passed out on my mom's couch from only like 3 hours, maybe 11. Whenever I passed out, because I didn't get here until it had to been. I passed out like 11:30 to 3, 12 to 3, whatever. It's not enough sleep. My stress level's through the roof. I didn't drink quite the pint of vodka last night simply because I don't want it super, super strong, and I had to drink half of these to put the vodka in each of them and drink them on the way to my Momma's. At least I didn't pay $80 this time the full way. I took, trains and stuff, and only had to pay for a taxi, the last part of the way, because buses and stuff aren't running late at night, so I only wound up paying $24 instead of $80. That was good. I told my mom, you should reimburse me. I'm giving you $40 for any contact lenses. You have to pay for something. I'm like, no, but this is your fault. I was to be in the shelter, Mama. But whatever. She's not going to give me the $24. Who cares? She's giving me the money. The $400 for the contact lens exam and contacts, so I'm happy about that. I think it's going to be less than 400 anyway. So what? Please bear in mind always, like I said, she keeps asking me, I have the damn receipt for the vacuum. Why don't you give me the receipt for the vacuum? I'll show her, Mom. The shit's already going to hit the fan. You closed out that goddamn account that had close to $3,000 in it. I'm proud of you, but remember, I take a shower all the time, by the way, in case you're wondering. A lot of people in a shelter don't shower. When I do, I take a shower. No, not every day, but a lot. And yesterday, I weighed 166 pounds. I weighed myself naked on my ALICIACREATURE digital scale yesterday, and my stress level is through the roof. In case anyone's wondering, that's the difference between my mother and me. Her illness precludes her from being, you know what I mean? When she's ill, and she's definitely, getting sick again or whatnot, she's filled with defiance. Right up until Marion inevitably knocks, right up until Marion inevitably knocks my mother back down. My mother's filled with defiance when she's sick. My mother's filled with defiance now. She doesn't like to be told anything, especially when she's sick. She doesn't listen. I told her, though. I told her that, Mom, listen to me. You know what they told her? At Western Union. She was on the phone for a long time with them. That's why she didn't call me back at the Stop and Shop at the Western Union where I was. She was supposed to, and she didn't. She said, yes, I did, Mom. Not in time. I waited a long time, and then I missed getting back to the shelter. And Marion, it can't be coincidence, Marion called a couple of times. I got here last night and drunk, but not really, unfortunately, that's the thing. I drink these pints of vodka, and I didn't even get drunk, but of course, I didn't drink the whole thing. I have that much left. I'll drink it probably right before I go back tonight, because I am going back to the shelter tonight. I have to, when I got here last time, my mom doesn't understand. First of all, let's go back to Sunday. Sunday, all I was doing was calling my mom because she had said there were songs she wanted me to get, okay? I even called out where people were around. I called in front of the library, and the first words out of my mouth was, Marianne came here. I'm like, oh fuck, I have to go in private because I know I'm going to scream and yell, and I don't want anyone to hear me, right? So I quickly went to the middle, you know, and looked around, make sure no one can hear me and if I get loud. And my mom proceeded to tell me how Marianne came over, you know, and was sickeningly sweet, you know. First of all, my mom locked Marianne out of the front. Marianne didn't call for her, she came over. But remember, I read you that thing that she had said, you know, on the Friday, you know, expect to see me real soon. It's clear you're getting sick again. You're going to wind up at the hospital. Okay, so Marianne decided a different tactic, you know. Told my mom how, you know, you're my only sister left, and I love you, and I'm not Laura just can't live here, but I won't touch her stuff, and she can, you know, blah blah blah. Whatever. My mom, you know, my mom's saying all this stuff to me, you know, and I said, you're not gonna fall for it. She's like, no, I kicked her out, Laura. She tried. My mom tried to keep her out. She locked the screen door, but Marianne had a key. You know, so she simply, there's no screen door on the back door, so she went to the back and got in that way. My mom wanted to keep Marianne out and couldn't. She came in the back and she didn't yell though, so she said, I just want to talk to you calmly, so. Because my mom at first was doing her thing, which she was going to do. She said, Marianne comes over, I'll play the radio. Marianne asked her to shut the radio off. She was calm, right? But in the end, my mom threw her out. Good for you, Mom. I had a question about one of the songs. It had nothing to do with Marianne, nothing. And I called my mom back. I walked down. I was going to go to the health food store and buy some whatever. I was going to buy health food, drink, water, whatever I was going to get. It doesn't matter. The point is, I was on a ledge in front of like stores and stuff. There were cars everywhere. And my mom, well, first of all, I told you about that African-American guy. I thought he was gone. He saw me at first, and I thought he was gone, but he made me think he was gone. He was really eavesdropping the entire time, because after I screamed at the top of my lungs, Marianne can go fuck herself up the ass, he, you know, materialized, and, you know, because he was hiding so he could eavesdrop on my conversation. Are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not okay. And then I saw him on his phone, and I panicked. But, you know, it's not likely that, believe me, looking at him, you know, he wasn't gonna tell on me, but I'm paranoid. I said, you're not calling the cops on me, are you? He's like, looked at me like, I'm not calling the cops. I know, why would I do that? I'm like, I don't know. No, I mean, I just screamed at the top of my lungs, Marianne, go fuck herself up the ass. At the top of my lungs, you know? And you could, what'd you do that for, Laura? I'm obscenely stressed, you know. It's not the first time I've screamed. It's just that, you know, this was bad. I didn't expect it, because I screamed at the top of my lungs because my mom gave me some new info. Oh, by the way, she was pretending to be so concerned about you. Oh, fuck you, Marianne. Okay. So that was Sunday, right? And of course, I was moving my stuff out on Tuesday. Now, it's a real good thing that I did, because if my stuff was still here, you know, believe me, do you think if my stuff was still here, my mom is in her defiant mode until she's, you know, finding herself back in the hospital, and then she's beaten down again, you know. Why do you think I posted Karen's stuff. Karen is one of the ones that really cares about me, and, You know, if you read her stuff in my description, your mother should be able to give you money. It's your mother's money. Should be like I put in the title. It's not stealing when you're quote unquote stealing unquote your own money. And by the way, one of my other friends didn't like how I was doing the quote unquote wrong I used to do. It's not quote unquote stealing, and she's like, you're not supposed to do it that way. So I've been trying for months now, and I think I've succeeded most of the time. Sometimes I fuck up in doing it correctly, so I'm sure she's proud of me. She being Talk Salad. Whose real name I'm not going to give you. Karen said it's okay to give you her real name. Okay, so where we stood then is I got my water and my apple cider vinegar drink, whatever I bought, I forget, but it didn't matter. Whatever I bought. Maybe I bought lunch, I don't know, but remember, I'm paying the equivalent of a rent, but I'm not, but if I was paying rent, I would also be buying food. So basically, I'm spending a lot on food every day. If I spend $100 a week, I mean, and I'm still going to be ahead because I'd be spending a lot on food because it's all organic food. And if I was in a place paying rent and buying food, you know, and obviously it's because it's summer, you know, that I'm not. All this stress, I'm doing this for my mom. I had responses to my ads. I wrote to them, but I haven't gotten back to them now in a couple of days. I mean, so I'm sure that's history, you know. One of my responses is a guy, and one of the things he put in his response was, let's get this out of the way, I'm straight. And I think he responded to me months ago or something, but he's probably looking for a girlfriend or an FWB or something. And I told him, I'm not looking for that, you know. Plus, he doesn't have a place. He's been mean, he wants to get a place. And I sound like a great person who would be a great roommate, kid. But you want to know how old I am, and you're probably looking for more, you know. And I'm not. I'm a basket case, admittedly so. What's the point in denying it? You know, like I said, I can have sex again. Sex is easy, but a relationship, you know, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Wouldn't even know how. Wouldn't even know how. Even know how. That's what's so fucked about the fact that I truly believed that Chad Kruger was going to come for me. He was going to save me. He was going to be the white knight. I mean, the knight on the white horse, you know. Just like Bonnie Tyler, isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? I didn't have to toss and turn and dream, but I needed a hero, you know. Oh, that's a song I bet my mama would want. I'll remind her of that. I'll remind her. I made her pay me for that DVD that she just did something to, because if it's not in its case, it's destroyed if it's thrown in with all her crap. I made her pay me for that and for pillow. Angel keeps peeing on my mom's pillows. But my mom, I said, Mom, you've got to not, you have to be vigilant. You can't let Angel in your room at all. And my mom does. I see her doing it. So it's her own damn fault. But my mom took my pillows. And, you know, I'm like, you can't have my pillows. So, and I was going to take it. I'm getting everything. And she's like, I'll pay you for it. I'm fine. So she paid me $15, which is exactly what I paid for that DVD. And $10 for the pillow. I paid $9 something for the pillow, probably, whatever. And then I got an extra $5 because I'm to cover making more songs for her. I said, I have to do songs for you all the time. Oh, by the way, that woman, remember her friend? Oh, you can send anything you want to my friend. It'll get. I sent important papers. Luckily, I have all copies, but still, I don't want them floating around out there. And I put my name in care of her. Some idiot at the post office, they said somebody was new, apparently just saw that name and couldn't bother to look at the care of, blah, 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 whatever, and that's why the woman never got my package. I'm like, that's fucked, Mom. I sent it. I sent it last week. It was supposed to already be there a long time ago, that's fucked too, you know. But that's what happened. I'm sure she only looked at the name and didn't look down. Was in a hurry. Was new and couldn't grasp the care of and the address. No, I just look at the name. That's not this person. You know, don't know where to put this. You know, it's fucked. But anyway, back to yesterday. What happened yesterday? Oh, not yesterday. Today's Wednesday now, Laura. What happened Monday? My mama came into my neck of the woods, and we went and visited her friend who'd never met me before. And I told my mom, you know, we should just take a bus, be transfer free from the bus to the train. Why should we take a taxi and have your friend pay for it? I don't care, I'm visiting and we don't know where we're going. We're just going to take a taxi. She's going to pay for it. I'm like, all right, Mom. Even though it's free to hop on the bus, we'll do whatever. And it wound up not. The taxi was like nothing. And I thought it was going to be a lot, like $15. No. It was nothing. We weren't gonna walk because we were both carrying bags. I had my bag from the shelter, of course, because you know, and my mom had brought her bag with her. She had her songs because she was. I told her on the train, I'm like, you have to have some. I don't even know what the word is, but you can't be singing your songs so that other people around you can hear you. They don't want to hear you, Mom. Okay. She's unable to grasp that. Just like she's unable to grasp she can't always have her friends at her beck and call. Well, they're right there. Why can't they come pick us up? Why can't they drive me there? Why can't they? Mom, people have their own life. And my mom said again, see, this is why I need a car, Laura. Please, Mom. You're killing me. My stress level's through the roof. You should never drive again. And I can't stop you. Best I can do is report you to the DMV, but if they don't listen to me, you know, remember, I'm scum when it comes to my own mother and the law, you know, marrying repeatedly. Don't I always get more and more proof of that? More and more proof. Yesterday was another bit of proof, you know, it just never ends. Never ends. Monday. My mom and I had a relatively okay time. I wasn't going to visit her friend with her. I don't want to be in a nursing home hospital type atmosphere with someone I've never met. It was pointless. Let my mom visit her friend on her own, you know. Let them catch up, let them whatever. I wasn't going to be there. And I wasn't. I waited out front. I was going to go to a fast food place, but I didn't know where I was. It wasn't a good area, so I just waited out front. That's why my mom wanted company. We were going to a not very good area of Massachusetts. And I waited out front, and I got to, see my stress. You know what? I forgot what I had on those. Hope I didn't upload that. I did something that was supposed to be private. See, my threshold was through the roof. I might have uploaded my mother's private info onto YouTube. Probably hardly anyone watched it since it's just a pitch dark video, but, you know, I may have lost my, well, I won't lose my channel, I'll just get a flag or something, but I just realized I hope that I didn't, but I may have. I hope that I didn't. I'll have to check. It was something I wasn't supposed to upload up there, and I completely forgot. I hope that I didn't upload it. It was supposed to be my own private thing, but remember, I'm going crazy here. I can't take this. I'm going to have to go straight to the library and delete that video if it's up there. Do you know one time on YouTube I accidentally I uploaded and they didn't flag me. They knew it was a mistake because I even said I'm not going to upload this. But I was naked and they just said this video was removed, it was inappropriate, but they didn't give me a strike or anything. I had taken a naked, I was in the shop, and it was accidental. It was totally accidental. I didn't mean to upload it, but it was of me naked, but since it was part of something, and then I was still naked, but I was talking to you guys, and it was a long time, it goes back when I was living with open on, but I was like, oh fuck, and probably nobody saw it. They didn't, but YouTube didn't give me a strike because in the video, they could tell I hadn't done it on purpose. They knew I hadn't done it on purpose. I'm not going to upload a naked video. I mean, it wasn't flattering. It was, you know, it was back when I was a lot heavier, like 70 so pounds heavy. You know what I mean? It wasn't. They knew, and they didn't give me a strike. If I uploaded my mom's personal information, that was a total accident. I hope to God I didn't do it. I was not even paying attention to what I was doing at the library last night. I was all upset. I was crying. I was, you know. If I did, I did. The fact is, it's a pitch dark video that was taken with the camera in my purse, so if anybody watched it, it probably wasn't, it's not going to be super saying, I gotta tell my mom I have to go to the library and delete that video immediately. Tell her that's what I have to do. Believe me, that was a mistake. You can't do something like that. You'll get... I mean, I could go to the library and find out, you know, like I said, it's not going to entice anybody because it's pitch dark. So hopefully nobody watched, or only a few people watched it, you know. If it's out there, that was a mistake. Remember at that fucking library where all the homeless were around, you never know who's walking over your shoulders. It's not the same as the library around where my mom is. And that library, I was panicked. I had just found out I had weed or real stuff to show with. so long. The service dead because I was hungry, and I'd walked for miles from my storage, and then, they had sent me out to a payphone because I only had one. I said, you have to straighten this out, blah, 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 whatever. And she took pity on me, the young girl, and she said, I said, I'll have to go to the payphone and try to call my mom, and I'm running. She's like, and then we tried to reach my mom. She's like, it's okay, you can call her from here now. It's not as busy as it was early. We used to have 2 phones. I only have 1. Because I said, why can't I use your phone? My cell phone's dead. And in the end, she's like, they heard nothing back from my mother. And she's like, you want me to call Western Union? I'm like, please. She's like, I'll try. She was being nice to me. She saw how upset I was. I'm waiting around. And didn't get back to the shelter in time. She got right through to Western Union. I'm thinking, how come you got right through? But my mom's can't get through and is not calling back for so long. I've been standing here for so long. I'm so tired. I was eating. She saw I was eating. I thought I would eat, so I was going to go back to the shelter. But I had to wait around and see what was going on. It was important that we get this money into my account that night. That was the plan, remember? I said, so what's going on? She said, they have the money. They're not releasing it to you. I said, why? She said, fraud. I know they don't believe me, but I said something about, yeah, this is not what you think, and another thing to tell my lawyer, it's not fraud, this is my mother, and I wasn't taking her money, I was just holding on to her for her, but whatever, they probably don't believe it. I said, what do you mean fraud? Why, how they do that? She's like, yeah, it happens all the time. Meanwhile, I found out what was happening. I only found out later. My mom had been on the phone with Western Union for a long time. Of course, I ran out of Stop and Shop, and I created videos right in front of everybody. I didn't care. I was so upset. That's how I forgot that I uploaded my mom's person. Just like when I uploaded that naked video, didn't know. It was... Oh, I know why they didn't give me a strike that time. The video was for my own personal thing, so I could see, you know, how heavy I looked in a video, and, you know, naked. And I even said to myself, I said, okay, this is... They knew that it wasn't intentional. It wasn't flattering. It wasn't enticing. It was my big, giant belly just hanging out. And when it got removed, I'm like, oh fuck, I accidentally uploaded the naked video. But they didn't give me a strike. I deserved a strike, you know. But other times they've given me strikes I didn't deserve, and I appealed and they got removed, you know. So it all comes out in the wash. Hopefully, since this is a pitch dark video, you know, nobody watched it, or very few, but you never know. You know, there was an accident. I'll delete it first thing today. I'll tell my mom I have to do this. This is my top priority. I have to get to the library right when it opens. Delete the fucking video if it's out there. See how many people have watched it. And, you know, hopefully do damage control. That was just for my personal thing. It was my personal thing. It was an accident. Complete another accident, obviously. Lucky I even made it to the library. I ran out of Stop and Shop in tears. I was walking to the library in tears. I had to charge my fucking phone. I couldn't even call my mom. She never called me. And then it's still, the battery was, I found out after I had to. I'm sorry, I didn't have to charge. I had to put minutes on it. It's not that I had to charge it too, but the battery was low, and I was still having to talk to my mom after I had put minutes on it. After I had uploaded those videos fast at that library, but I wasn't able to look at the videos, and I just forgot about that video that had my mom's. When I was here, the mover's gonna come. My mom's doing this shit on her phone and calling around for safety deposit. But Mom, can't you do that after I leave? The mover's might be trying to call. He's, and shut up, she's shut up, Mom. It's very important. I have to do this. No, you can do it after I'm gone. When the mover's coming this morning, where I'll be gone. You have the whole rest of the day. She can't grasp it. It's all about her. Yeah, that video was out there, but I uploaded a lot of videos. And this is a pitch dark video because it was with my camera in my purse. It's just voice. Hopefully not too many people listened. Hopefully no psycho killers listened, You never know. You never know. So anyway, I finally, after I uploaded my videos at the library, I told you guys what was going on. I was brazen in that I created videos right outside of the store because I didn't care. I was all upset, Marion, and every time I turn around I find out more, I'm listed down as fraud. Marion just forever even to make me out to be fucking scum. And my mom doesn't understand. When I called her, I found out what had happened. My mother apparently swore at the people at the Western Union. She was on there for a long, long time, but she believed them. They lied to her. This is what they said to her. We sent the money to California. So when I finally put minutes on my phone, and by the way, I was supposed to get that track phone to yell at them too, because I was supposed to get the 40 extra minutes. There was a code there that I tried different browsers. I tried Firefox, I tried Chrome, and it wouldn't do the code. It gave me the same code. I went through those, I get double minutes, so it's like 400 minutes. Last time I got 440 minutes for $40. I put the same fucking code in this last time. It worked. This time it didn't. I'm pissed. I don't know why it wasn't working, but that's not fair. And I'm gonna scream at them and tell them that I deserve that extra 40 minutes that I wanted. The code wouldn't work. I kept trying it, and I'm gonna find out get the bottom of that. But regardless, I had to do it. I had to contact my mother. I had to put minutes on my phone. I need to have a phone. I call her up and she can't grasp it. No, they sent it to California. Mom, please listen to me carefully. Carefully, Mom. They're lying to you. This lady, they told the truth to the person at Stop and Shop when she called. She wasn't going to call earlier. It's not their responsibility. You have to call Western Union for the problem. They don't call. But she was nice. She called. She's like, I'll call. She felt bad for me. I'm sitting there for a long time. God, I was there for so long. She knows. What time did I get there? 4:30, and it was after 6, and she felt bad for me. She finally called. I didn't know how this works. We're just agents. You have to call Western Union. What, on the payphone outside that I can't hear anything? My mom's calling, and then my mom had at least had the wherewithal to, since I couldn't reach her, to call over to that Stop and Shop, and they're like, that's your mom, and we'll give her the Western Union. We get to the bottom of it. Mom, Western Union doesn't work that way. They don't send the money anywhere. You can pick up at any Western Union in the United States. You can send it to yourself. Last time you were supposed to send it to me in California. I wound up picking it up here because in 2009 I stayed here. Remember, I got that 2000, and then it disappeared, and Marion thinks I drank it all away, but that's impossible. I probably lost it. I said Metallica, I dubbed the Unforgiven. All this shit that happens, this madness with my mother, and her crazy behavior, of course, was going to affect me. I don't know what happened to the $2,000. You went through $2,000 in 3 weeks. You didn't care about your mom. You only stayed here to get more money. I was supposed to start a new life, and my mom went up in the middle of that $2,000 to start a new life. Now you drink it all the way. It's impossible. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know. I'll never know. It's one of those mysteries. Maybe little gnome, little, you know, little people in the walls took it. Who knows? Maybe demons stole it. I don't want to be here. I think about suicide all the time. I don't go through with it, but I definitely, like I told you, the famous thing is the third rail, the train. You know, whenever I'm around there, I stay far back or stay on steps or something until the train comes. And because I think about, you know, a lot of people do probably, maybe not, who knows. I told my, they have to, it's required by law, it's their law, their ethics. I told my therapist, you know, I'd rather kill myself than come face to face with Mary. And again, this is when I knew Mom was getting sick, and how stuff had to be in here until yesterday, until the mover was coming Tuesday. And she says to me, "Do you have any plans to kill yourself?" I says, "No." They have to ask that, because if you say yes, they're going to put you in a 3-day thing. I learned that from welfare shop. My mom still doesn't grasp it. She believes them. They sent it to California. I yelled, "What the fuck, you sent it to California?" But I swore them. I was on a long time. Finally, they sent all the money back to her. I'm sitting there terrified. I accidentally uploaded her personal information. Wonderful, you know, wonderful. But I'm sitting there terrified. Terrified. That she's being sectioned again as we speak, as I was sitting at the library not knowing what I was going to do, where I was going to go, you know. I'm typing in cheap hotels. It's a Tuesday fucking night at 8, and the stupid, they're coming up 300 or something a night, 700 something for one night. It's ridiculous. I don't understand that either. But in any case, my mother's not able to grasp, "Mom, they're lying to you. They did not send the money to California. They're just not telling you that I'm down as fraud. I know they contacted Mary." No, they didn't. And even if they did, I don't care. But lo and behold, but it's my mom when I arrived last night. I'm not even tipsy. It sucks. You'd think after I didn't drink for a whole year, my tolerance would be, you know, I could drink less and get drunk. No. Last time I drank the special vodka, and of course, and then I bought a Steel Reserve, and then I was a little bit happier, buzzed, you know, had a better buzz. But remember, I'm a long-time drinker, so my system has built up tolerance, even though I went over a year without touching a drop of it. I don't want to drink. I want, you know what I want. I want what I'll never have, what I can't have, what it's just possible for me to have, just like, you know, most, if not all, homosexuals, you know, they stress that, you know, it's not their fault. They are what they are, and they were born that way, and, you know, I can't be normal or normative or whatnot, and can't ever have that. Donald put on one of his tapes, you know, the analysis of Laura, the infamous analysis of Laura, that's right on the money. Can't say Donald's stupid. Right on the money, that analysis of Laura tape. But Donald dissects me. We should all dissect him, huh? But he dissects me correctly. He even said, you know, you don't do anything, you can't accept your gifts in lieu of the fact that that you have them, but they were placed in such he's articulate, he's brilliant. I mean, he's a psychopath, but he's brilliant. They were placed in just so much trauma and all this. You know, you can't accept your gifts in light of the fact that they were placed, that you have them, but only because, you know, whatever words he used, you know, sure, I have these gifts, but you can't accept them. And I told you, he's always been adamant, even when he hated me. But when he got shit-faced, he's like, we see Anne Hathaway, he's like, you should have been in, I hate you fucking guys, I should have been in pictures, you would have wowed them. Donald's just mesmerized. He always thought I was beautiful, even heavy. He's like, you're still beautiful even at 40 years old, and even with your extra 70, even with your extra weight, you're still a beautiful woman. And, you know, but he says you're not able to accept any of your gifts, would be your beauty or your talent or whatever, because in lieu of the fact that they were placed in such, you know, because you had such a fucked up job, you know, you went through so much shit, and he can say it better than I can, but he's right on the money. Because you want normal, you know, you can't have, you know, just you want the normal stuff, so you can't accept your gifts in light of the fact that you're not normal, and you went through so much trauma and heartbreak and as a kid and whatnot. You know. I wasn't able to reach my mother even when my cell phone had some minutes, and that was driving me nuts. She needed to erase messages. She was supposed to do it yesterday. She doesn't even grasp that concept. I had to tell her on Monday. I'm like, Mom, you have to erase some of these messages. Listen to this. It says your mailbox is full. Because when I told her my mailbox was full, she's like, oh, that doesn't happen to me. I'm like, how do you know? She's like, they save them for 21 days. I'm like, I proved it to her. I'm like, see, Mom, you have to erase it. And then she never did, so I'm trying to reach her. Can't reach her. They wouldn't let me use their phone. I had to go on a payphone, wasting 50 cents again, and couldn't even leave her a message. Just call me at Strawberry to call me on my, no, this mailbox is full, you can't leave any message. Oh, fuck. But finally, it worked out okay. Instead of paying the 50 cents, I put it in and let it ring twice, I don't know what she was doing. I asked her, she didn't remember what she was doing. She couldn't have been walking home, or it was too hot up, but whatever. Finally reached her, and then she told her that number wasn't working, blah, blah, whatever. And then she had to call over to her stop, blah, blah, blah. They said, no, the number's right. She finally had to call Western Union. But she did never call me back at Stop and Shop, Western Union, and and they're like, we're not Western Union, we're just agency. That's the problem right there. You have to call Western Union. That cell phone, that payphone's horrible, but in the end, it can't be a coincidence that Marion called twice. Marion couldn't get through because my mom hadn't deleted her messages. My mom's passing the buck. I can't arrive here. I wish tipsy, but at least I had been drinking. And I only didn't have to pay that much for a taxi. Instead of 80, it was with tip. Like last time, it was only 24. You know, I gave the 20% tip. I don't think my mother can't grasp it. She accuses me of getting frustrated and yelling at her and not wanting to. She didn't want to hear it. They said it to you. Mom, you're not grasping the concept of anything. And I said, how can it be coincidence that Marion called twice? How can it be coincidence that Marion? She's like, Marion called. I want you to listen to the messages from her. I'm like, Mom, there are no messages from her. How do you know it was her? I saw the number and didn't pick up. I knew it was her. I didn't want to talk to her. There are no messages, Mom. She's probably livid. She's going to probably come here early this morning. I have to get the fuck out of here. I'll go out the window. So I told my mom. She's like, why do you have to go out the window? Who cares if you're here? Not your stuff's not here, Mom. Mom, I'm not going to be here. She knows about it. They had to have called her. She has it arranged. If you ever tried to send me money to contact her, I know that they contacted her. Why would she have called here? But she didn't come over. You wonder why? She's not phased. She knows she can't imagine that my mother was smart enough. She thinks my mother's an idiot. My mother wasn't able to send me the money, so Marion's not phased. She'll probably she'll try to reach my mom, or maybe she'll come over this morning or whatnot. I have to get the fuck out of here. It can't be coincidence that she called, okay? It can't be coincidence that she called. You listen, I don't want to hear it, Mom. There are no messages. Mary couldn't get through to your message box just like I couldn't. I told you to read those messages. Listen, you're driving me nuts. I couldn't reach you. Well, you do it. You delete them. I did last night. The messages from me that she likes to save. They have to be deleted. Her mailbox fills up. She can't save every fucking message from me or from other people. And, sorry, that's the way the cell phone life is. You can't. Your mailbox fills up, and that's how it goes, Mom. It can't be coincidence. Marion knows. I don't care if Marion knows. Yeah, you don't care until the police are here dragging you away. Then you care. I'm not going to be here. No fucking way. So, in the end, because my mom screamed and yelled for a long time, she said she was on the phone for a long time, that's why she never got back to Stop and Shop. They finally, because she yelled at them and swore and whatnot, they gave her money back and the $161 that it cost to send it. So she got it all back, didn't have to pay the $161, and she's smart. She brought it all. It's like close to $3,000. She brought it all to her friends, and that's where it is now. What's the plan today, Mom? Why don't you just keep that in your account? Oh, no, Mom. I am not going to keep that money in my account and be accused of stealing it or whatnot. No. We're putting it in a safety deposit, but I don't care if we have to travel far to find one. Don't fucking care. But in the meantime, what are we going to do this morning? It's the money's safe at her friends. We have to get it into my account, get money orders, and open up a safety deposit box. I have to get out of here early. Mary could show up any time. I'm on 3.5 hours sleep. I drank. I'm getting a little bit tan. I don't like that either, but you're in a fucking homeless shelter walking around all day. It doesn't matter if I wear sunblock 50 every day. I'm not getting a sunburn, but I'm getting tan. I like to be white, And yeah, I'm heavier. These men that like me are not going to care if I'm a little bit heavier. I'm 166 exactly yesterday. Might be more today, I somewhat fasted Sunday, didn't have any solid food. But I did have this delicious tea drink. When I went and charged my MP3 player, I went to a local coffee shop last Sunday and didn't weigh myself Monday, I don't think. And then yesterday morning I was 166, Can't reach that 150-pound mark when I'm miserable and my stress level is through the roof. As long as I keep my weight under 170, I'm happy. And maybe someday, if things get better for me, yeah, sure, I will get down to 150 pounds. Remember, I was relatively normal when I stayed with Joe, and relatively happy, at least a hell of a lot happier. And I got all the way down to 153 pounds, so... Marianne called twice last night. That can't be a coincidence, guys. She knows. But she's not going to run over here. She knows. She's like, how do I put this? She knows the money wasn't sent to me, so she's not fazed. She'll bide her time. She might even wait a while, let my mom think everything's fine. She can't imagine that my mom is planning all this because she doesn't know that I'm helping my mother. I'm an accomplice. I am an accomplice in helping my mother steal her own money. Is that sick? It's all sick. But I might lose my channel because I accidentally uploaded my mother's personal information. I think it was an accident. It was supposed to be my personal video. My personal thing. It was the only way I could get all this stuff off my mom's cell phone, where it's the messages I'd left from my mom and all. I wanted it all for my own personal thing when I have my own PC again. So it was uploaded last night, and so we figured it'll be only uploaded for, I'll get to the library, it was at 10, and I did it last night at, say, whenever I did it, it'd be about a day, 24 hours. Like I said, damage control. I'll delete it, but It was out there. What are we gonna do? Nothing it can do. It was an accident. I mean, I'd rather accidentally upload that as opposed to upload video of me having sex with somebody or something like that, you know? People do accidents. Accidents happen. Look at that new movie, Sex Tape. They release a 3-hour sex fest between the mismarried couple. They release it to the world. I mean, they send it to all their friends and family. So shit happens. Shit happens, but you know, I don't want to lose. I remember when my mom gets like this, anything I say to her, she doesn't care. So while we're planning this, it's all her idea, but she can only do it with my help, you know. That's the thing. Marion doesn't know I'm helping her. Marion called a couple times last night. I'm sure she just couldn't leave messages. I'm sure she's frustrated. She might come over early this morning, or she might postpone it. She might, you know, she figures, she doesn't imagine what my mom's up to. And I'm none too happy with my mom, because I'll say things to her. Mom, I don't want you doing such and such. I won't punch you, put no more on the front porch. You might forget about it. I'll do what I want. It's my, as long as he's, no, she's stubborn and adamant, but of course I jumped at the chance to help her fuck over Marion, you know. I think it's sick what Marion's doing, and my mom's fed up. She's rebelling. I'm proud of her. Karen's proud of her. She's rebelling, you know, like Karen wrote, you know, she's putting your mom on a tighter and tighter rope. Oh, Karen wrote that, or maybe Talk Salad wrote that in my email. One of them wrote that, but I think it was Karen. She's putting your mother on a tighter and tighter rope, and it's not fair. Your mom's not poor anymore. Marion's, it's just not right what's happening. So I wanted to be back at the shelter last night, and instead I had to come here. I crashed on her couch. I'm on no sleep. And then I just realized it probably, since I did it fast and I wasn't looking at the videos, I probably uploaded that video by accident. I'll delete it. I'll just tell my mom I uploaded a video I wasn't supposed to upload. I have to go to the library. I have to. But I've got to get that money from her. She's like, I want you to get that money early this morning, Mom. I shouldn't be walking around carrying close to $3,000. I'm afraid. We'll have Dog Woman drive you, Mom. I don't know if we can do that either. Last time you tried to call Dog Woman early in the morning, she wasn't around. And I have to leave here real early. Marion might come over here real early before she has to go to work. We don't know what Marion will do, Mom. I can't be here. Good. I gotta get the fuck out of here. But I had to charge my cell phone. I'm charging my cell phone right now. Yeah, my MP3 player. Marion won't be able to. Being my mother's power of attorney doesn't make Marion God. Marion is not my mom's court-appointed guardian, you understand? My mom, I'm sure in the eyes of the law, even in the eyes of the police, but that's why Marion will just make stuff up and get my mom sanctioned again. But my mom has a right to her own money. It's not stealing. When you're stealing your money, it's my mother's money. I can't take this. I can't take it. I need a massage. I wish Foot Guy had been a different type of guy and contacted me not 6 months later and like he out of the blue. That was nice when he was giving me a massage in the mall in his car and sucking and kissing and licking my feet. It was nice. I want that again. guy was hot, so was Peach Guy, but I had to pay Peach Guy. I'm not gonna pay to be touched ever again. I refuse. I shouldn't have to pay, especially when I get responses to my personal life, things like telling me I'm gorgeous, these men, and you have an unreal body, it's unbelievable, and all this crap. I shouldn't have to pay to be touched. So many people take that for granted, just to be touched by another person who turns you on, you know. I'm in hell, hell, hell. I'm in hell. I'm forever made out to be scum. Every time I remember when I'm not there around to defend myself, Marion can be saying anything about me to everybody, even the cops. I know that she has. She declared as fraud the legitimate charges my mother made on my mother's own credit card. Now we know she told the Western Union people that I'm listed as fraud with Western Union with my mother's old credit cards, long gone by now, of course. No, but it's not right. It's not right. I can't take it. Marion's sons can go to one of them for a year in prison. One just got didn't have to go to prison, but they both have criminal records, and they're forgiven, and Marion's even on the one who went to prison, putting down $8,000 for a house for him and his girlfriend. They're not even married, and I can never be forgiven for taking. I can never be forgiven for, in Marion's eyes and all the people who's planning to share Marion's sentiments, for, quote, taking advantage of my mentally ill mother, unquote. Marion still brings up the money of $21,000. I mean, I'm never forgiven. I didn't do anything illegal, but Marion has made it out that I did. You know, I'm never forgiven. Marion's son can go to jail for a year. He's forgiven. I accepted money from my own mother to the tune of probably, but it wasn't $21,000, because Marion even counts. My mom said, Marion even counts when I visited you in California and took you and Donald out and bought food and paid for the flight and your MRI. Yeah, I know Marion counts everything, Mom. She counts everything, and that's all that matters. I'm never going to be forgiven. It happened over 5 years ago. I'm never, ever, ever going to be forgiven. Why do you think I put a title? You know, I may as well just be what Marion is forever, ever, ever able to make me out.